Hello! Welcome to episode 3 of my gymnastics series. Today we're going to talk about weight shifting. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Shift your mindset, shift your weight, yo. Okay, there you go. Weight shifting. So we're going to start with the hands and then we'll move down. Pushing down into the ground. Like, you really want to push your palms into the ground while also pushing your knuckles back here, but here into the ground, and then also your fingers, because your fingers do a lot of work as well. So it's like a this kind of motion, but you're not going to move your hand like this on the ground. To get used to the feeling, you can go like this, but you really want to grip the ground with your fingers and bend them, keeping this straight. So you want to take your shoulder and move it forward. Really grip the ground with your hand and then just move your shoulder forward. You should feel I don't want to call it pain because it's not pain, but you should feel pressure in your wrist here, where it might I don't know, it's not pain, it's not painful, but you can feel your wrist is taking a lot of the pressure from your shoulder. So, a simple exercise to do for this one, I would say do at least 10 to start. Is if you want to place it flat first and then scrunch it and grip the ground and then press into the ground and then move your shoulders forward. And you want, oh my gosh, you want your shoulders to be over your hands. Ooh, lightning. Because, I'll wait. But you want your shoulders to be over your hands because that is going to ensure, it'll ensure one way that you stay up in, say, a handstand, for example. There's other factors, but that's one of the factors. So, a little exercise. Take your hands on the ground and then just forward. Hold for 2 seconds or so, slowly, and then forward. And then come back. And then forward and back. That's 3. Forward and back. That's 4. That's 5. And back. 9. Forward and back. 10. So I would definitely do those because I can already feel it in from my shoulders to the just this. Keep your head neutral, raised up a little bit, because in gymnastics they always say keep your chin up, but not backwards, but up. So from there, move on to legs. Shifting forward and back here. Okay, you got that feeling of, this is a casual feeling, you probably feel it all the time, where you just move your hips So then take the feeling and move it to your feet, right? So pretty much what we did with the hand, we're literally gonna do the exact same thing with the feet. So just picture your wrist is your heel, and then the little knuckle here is right underneath, and then your fingers are your toes. So pretty much, I like to stand like hip width apart, and just like press it into the floor. And you want to make sure, in particular, that you are pressing through your big toe and not outwards. So when you go on toe point, in particular, is where this is really key. This is how to not do it. You see how the arch of my foot is curved like that? You could easily injure yourself that way, so don't do it this way. Save your ankles, everybody. Wrong way. But what you want to do is take it through your big toe here, and it's all going forward, and then you straighten up, and this is what it would look like if you were to go out. But that's what you want, is to go through the big toe. My feet. Okay. Alright. I have a tendency to like go like this all the time, and it's no wonder that I would always like fall off the beam and stuff, because you know, you go this way, you automatically just want to like, you fall over when you're on the side. But then when you're over the big toe, you have the added bonus of having your left foot and vice versa being there to catch me. When walking, what you want to do by pressing through the big toe, you want to step. I just naturally, literally, just went this way. You want to walk forward. So. And then backward. I don't know how to do things wrong. Just work on pressing through and not lifting. You do not want to lift your foot. As you can see, like I'm lifting. You want to press that in to the floor, and you'll feel it throughout here when you press this part of your foot in to the floor. Just by itself, the wrong way would be lifting and going that way. And then the right way would be lifting and going that way. Pressing it in to the floor and back down. So I would say do about like 10 of them on each, like separately. Lifting it up, lifting it down. Make sure you're pushing your weight forward, by the way, not too far, but like probably just like on top of your foot as well. I'm just gonna say that's 10, I have no idea. Also, in order to get like your toe point, like when I do like this and then bring it over like so, it's going over my big toe and not like over there. And then coming back. I'm a lefty in gymnastics. I probably should have led with that. Prime example, this foot. I have a tendency to want to go over here I don't know if it's because like in gymnastics I would go like this all the time, or like point it out, like, so I don't know if that's the reason why I naturally just want to like fold it this way instead of this way. And then forward, it's a feeling that it goes from here and it just leads all the way to the big toe. But if it's not that, it would probably look like it's slightly off to the side and feel more over yonder. It doesn't matter where your toe point is, as long as, you know, you work at it every day or so. What I tend to do for my toe point, since we're already on the topic, what I do is I go forward and I push it forward a little bit, and then I go forward here, and then I slightly lean back a little bit, and I point these toes over here so that they're all like curved and curled. And I tend to hold it until I feel a little pain in here, you know. So I would tend to hold normal toe point and this one when I feel pain in here, because that to me is like, okay, she's doing something right. Because not all pain in gymnastics is bad. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Not all pain in gymnastics is bad. If there's like a sharp pain, that's different. If it's like a throbbing pain or something, that might also be different, or if you injured yourself, right? But if it's like running my toes here and like I feel a little pain in here, like it's gonna like cramp up a little bit, and then I flex it out. It's not always about like pain, it's mainly about recognizing and noticing and being aware of it. Because I know when I point my toe really, really hard all the way, I feel a little cramping in this part of my foot. And I don't keep it there, I don't purposely leave it there so the pain gets harder. I leave it there for like a second, 2 seconds, and then I flex it out, stretch it out, and let it go so that it doesn't literally become a cramp. It can't grow without a little pain, you know? Because I used to, when you do, this is just for example's sake, when you do, say like, whoa, that one was really good. When you do those, for me, my thighs would always hurt whenever I would do those. I'm more aware of that fact, and I purposely do it to where I feel that pain, but I don't let it escalate to where it's too far, you know? Like I said, being aware of things, what you're doing, you know? So everything you do is probably going to cause you pain at some point, so don't be scared of it. Like, if I do something, it's going to cause me pain. If you exercise, it's going to cause you pain regardless, because you're going to be sore from doing something. And it is hot. It was raining earlier, now it's stopped. Dude, they've been getting so much better. It makes me so happy. It's gotten so much better. My legs, top form, you know? Oh, my thighs. Make sure you're always breathing. 2 seconds. Oh crap, I'm falling. Oh gosh. Okay, I'll just use my legs. Thanks, Paul. Oh, okay. Okay, how do I do this? I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it again, probably. My gosh, why didn't I use the wall yesterday for my thumbnail? Wait. I just cracked my back so many times. Oh my gosh. Know your limit. In between 10 and 20. That's when I get like super tired and my arms are like jelly at that point. I'm like, no more. It might be like a good 15 handstands I can do on the wall before my arms are like, no. I love doing handstands, so I'm gonna do another one. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Notice how my shoulders are over my hands? Oh crap! That was good though. I can't tell if my arms were bent on that one. Okay. Abs. Oh crap! Oh crap! That's all I have for you today. Tune in next Friday for more. We're either gonna talk about goals next week or the art of squeezing your body. Hey, thanks for watching. If you've been enjoying these videos, share them with your friends or anyone you think would benefit from it. Comment down below any questions that you have, and check out my Amazon link down below for my gymnastics journals, helping you get to the root cause of all of your problems and eradicating them. Don't subscribe, watch more videos, then decide, and see you next week. Jenny! I had a thought, but I don't know what I'm trying to do. No. Let me just wipe my Hello, it's 3:20. I think I'm done filming for the day. We'll just stick to. Oh God! I made these awesome granola bars last night. Ow! Yeah. Link to the recipe in the description box below.
Steve, who is he talking to?
Shut up, Garfield! Why do you hate Mondays? You don't even work!
Now when it comes to pushing and shove, His grace will be more than enough.
I got it! Oh my gosh!
Yes, I tried to warn you about that. If you're not entirely worn out, go ahead and give it another try.
This is crazy.
I'm tired.